Hello. So I am the first native Israeli speaker here today, and I would like to, first of all, excuse my English. I'm a native Israeli. Second of all, I would like to offer maybe a little bit the Israeli point of view on Tikkun Olam, which may be a little bit different than the Jewish communities abroad. Now, whilst in the world, it would be very acceptable and common for artists like myself to support world aid causes and human rights. Here in Israel, it's what my managers would call a career suicide. Because Israeli artists don't speak about these causes, mostly because the public largely doesn't support them. And I get very harsh comments on my Facebook whenever I address these issues. I'm not here to make accusations because I think accusations don't get you anywhere. If you want to change things, you've got to understand the reasons that cause people to act in a certain way. And I think that the reason Israelis feel so strongly against helping foreigners or accepting foreigners or going abroad to volunteer is not because they're mean. I can vouch for my people that they're very kind and sympathetic people, and they've got very kind hearts for the sufferings of others. But something is overcoming that, and the thing that's overcoming that is immense fear of strangers. And I would like to address the reasons for this fear. It's been said here earlier, we come from a long tradition. 2,000 years of exile will do that to you. We have the general outlook best manifested by my late grandma Esther in the Yiddish word Gewalt. You know, if the doorbell rang in the middle of the day, she wasn't expecting anyone, she'd spring under the bed, thinking it was probably Cossacks or Nazis or Muslims coming to get her. And I'll tell you, my grandma Esther was not paranoid. She had, in fact, in the course of one lifetime, been persecuted by Cossacks, then Nazis, then Muslims. So how do I explain to my grandma Esther about world aid or refugee asylum? The second reason that Israelis are not so hot on refugees is because we live under threat. We've got a long, never-ending conflict going on, and we also feel that the world is against us. We don't like the harsh criticism that we get worldwide about our internal politics. So Israelis feel under threat. They feel like they're struggling for their lives. They feel the world is hostile. And they're very, very much afraid of foreigners. But change is gradually happening. And this change is coming about by those Israeli backpackers traveling the third world and volunteering in the third world and coming back here with some new ideas about their commitment to world aid. And these backpackers, being post-army Israelis, are usually very highly qualified to help. They get different trainings that make them very good volunteers. They know how to teamwork. Some of them have been officers. So they're getting a new reaction from the world and from the places that they're visiting, and they're experiencing themselves as people who can bring forth change and are actually very able. And I think, in general, the young Israelis and the young Jews worldwide addressing these issues of Tikkun Olam are not only looking to change the world, but they're really looking to change themselves. And they would like to see themselves not as a persecuted minority, but as people who can actually contribute a lot of good to the world. And it's going to take time, but I believe that this change will and must happen. I am also a practicing Jew, not 100% kosher, but I'm a Shober Shabbos. And, and I can tell you that whenever I open my Bible, I find that Tikkun Olam is a very big Jewish mitzvah. And I think it's because the Jews who wrote the Bible perceived themselves as being independent people in a free land with all the responsibility to minorities that comes with that. I hope to see change coming about. That's all I really wanted to say. Thank you.